Hello, welcome to a new vlog. I don't actually know if this is going to be like a proper vlog or just kind of like a sit down story time kind of thing. We shall see. I think maybe story time because I do have a story to tell. As you could probably see from the title of this, I just tested positive for COVID. I got my results this morning and I honestly was surprised. I'll just kind of give you a bit of like a timeline of when I think I contracted it and then all of the symptoms that followed, because I think that's like the most informative and useful thing to learn about, I guess, from someone that's had COVID. Thankfully, I seem to have a very mild case. So does my mom. She also got it, which is so frustrating, but we both have the exact same symptoms. So thankfully, we're not like completely bedridden and miserable, which is great. Okay, I just want to go through like the timeline of symptoms from when I contracted it, or like when I started feeling symptoms till now. It has been since, let's see, today is August 10th that I'm recording this, and I started feeling my symptoms on August 1st. So it's been 10 days. And I'm still obviously not in the clear, as I just got tested on Saturday 2 days ago and I got my results this morning. So on Saturday day, I woke up feeling totally fine. Josh and I went to a farmer's market. We went to get pedicures and everything seemed totally normal, but on the drive home I started feeling really like lethargic and tired, and like I just really wanted to take a nap. So as soon as we got home, I took a nap on the couch for like an hour and a half, and I woke up just feeling like crap, just like groggy and a bit sore, like my neck was really sore and I just felt really tired, like I just wanted to sleep. So I went to sleep, and then I woke up on Sunday morning, which is August 2nd, just feeling terrible. Like I felt feverish, but I never quite had a fever. I think my temperature, the highest it got was like 99, because I kind of checked it like several times throughout the day. But you know when you have a fever and your skin feels so sensitive to touch, like sandpaper, anytime someone touches it, that's what it felt like. Like anytime Josh like touched me anywhere, I was like, oh my gosh, you can't touch me, this is so painful. So that's how I was feeling all day on Sunday. I also had a really bad headache, so I took Tylenol. I think I took Tylenol Saturday night when I was starting to get a headache, and then Sunday I was like going in and out of having a headache. So I think I took like 2 or 3 rounds of Tylenol, like every 6 hours I would have 2, and that definitely seemed to help. I was also incredibly like sore and achy. I just felt like I'd like done like a big workout or something, but I hadn't, and all my muscles were really achy, especially my lower back. It almost felt like period cramps, actually. That's pretty much exactly what it felt like, was period cramps in my very lower back for a few hours on Sunday. And I was just in bed pretty much all day, feeling really tired and miserable, but my breathing was fine. I didn't have any shortness of breath or like loss of taste or smell at that point. Now I do have that, which sucks. It's literally the worst part that I've experienced. So Sunday I was basically bedridden all day, in bed, resting, and I wasn't too worried at that point. I know you might think that's weird, but my brother and sister-in-law both got really sick about a week before. I wouldn't say like really sick, but they both had a bit of a fever, had the exact same symptoms I was experiencing, just like feeling really tired, feeling feverish, achy, sore, like in bed all day. They were feeling like that a few days before maybe even like a week before I started feeling that way. And they both got tested for COVID. I also got tested for COVID. I made a vlog about it. My husband got tested. We all got tested because we were all exposed to them while they were sick. I actually spoke about this in one of my previous vlogs, when I got tested for COVID and I tested negative, even though I probably had it at that point. It's very frustrating. I think that the testing, so I'm kind of going all over the place right now, but the testing is very disappointing. I think a lot of places, like I did a self-swab test at CVS that was negative when I definitely would have already had the virus in my system at that point. I'm pretty sure, I'm like 90% sure. Anyway, so my brother, my sister-in-law, myself, my husband, we all got tested because we'd all been exposed to each other. And like I said, my brother and my sister-in-law were sick with lots of symptoms before I got sick. We all got tested. All of us were negative, supposedly. And so I thought, okay, well, they must have just had like some sort of like weird flu or some sort of bug or just like a regular cold, I don't know, since we were all negative. And they actually, my brother and sister-in-law got several different tests. They got like a rapid test, a different swab test, and continued to show negative results. So fast forward a few days later, maybe like a week-ish later, I woke up on the Sunday feeling miserable with all the symptoms that they had previously, that they had already pretty much recovered from. And I was just thinking, okay, well, I mean, I have all the symptoms as them. It must be fine. I already tested negative for COVID a few days ago. I'm sure it's not COVID. I'm sure it's just some weird bug. That was obviously foolish of me, I guess, to think at this point, knowing what I know now. I should have definitely just went and got tested like that day. Another thing is that Josh has been exposed to me this entire time and he has no symptoms. He actually got tested this morning, so we will see if he's carrying it and he's just asymptomatic, or if he doesn't have it at all, which would honestly be like a miracle, because he's literally been like kissing me, around me, living and breathing my air this whole time. So if he doesn't have it, I'd be really surprised. So Sunday was pretty bad. I was really not feeling well, but it was definitely manageable. I think the Tylenol helped a lot with making me feel better. And then I woke up on Monday and I really felt good. Like I wasn't feeling bad at all on Monday, and Tuesday I felt like 90% better. Like I was actually feeling really good. I just had a bit of like sinus congestion, but no like when I'd blow my nose, it would feel like I had to blow my nose, but when I blew, like nothing would come out. It just is like kind of stuck in here, which I'm still experiencing. But it wasn't that bad, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm better. I felt way better. And so I kind of went about normal life. And then on Wednesday, I woke up feeling much worse. I didn't have any aches or chills or any other symptoms. I haven't up until this point, thankfully, had that again since last Sunday. But I woke up and I just felt way more like congested in here, my sinuses. It almost felt like my nose was completely blocked for like 2 or 3 days. Like I could barely breathe out of my nose at all. And it felt like I had water like shooting up my nose. One of the days it was horrible for like the entire day. Anytime I would move, stand up, move around, it was like water was like shooting up my nose. Like when you're a little kid in the pool and you like, you know, suck water up your nose on accident. That's what it felt like. It was terrible. And so I thought maybe I had some sort of sinus infection or like some weird lingering thing from this like flu thing that I thought that I had. So I even called and had like a telemedicine appointment with my doctor to ask him what's going on with my nose, what can I take for this, because it was really miserable and I really couldn't breathe out of my nose. But that was the only symptom that I had for like 4 or 5 days. And the doctor said he thought that it wasn't COVID because I wasn't having any of those other symptoms again, and it was probably some sort of allergy reaction or some sort of like weird chronic allergy that he thought I had. So he said I should take Flonase and Allegra. So I started taking those for 2 days. Little did I know those are actually really bad to take if you have COVID. It can actually help the virus replicate quicker in your system, and it actually weakens your immune system because it has a steroid in it, the Flonase does. So that's really frustrating. I only took it for 2 days though, and I've stopped now that I did some research. Luckily I was only on that for 2 days, and it was just like the past 2 days, so I've obviously stopped that now that I know. So I had the blocked nose for a few days. It really was pretty painful because it was like no air coming out of my nose, and I couldn't eat without breathing. Like every time I would eat, I would get so out of breath because I'm like chewing and you can't breathe at the same time that you're eating, and it was like such a fiasco. But now, and for the past few days, my nose has been pretty much clear. I can like totally breathe in perfectly fine. I still sound a bit nasally and it still feels a little congested, but I can breathe, so that's great. Probably on the 2nd or 3rd day that my nose was really blocked up, I noticed that I couldn't really smell anything, obviously because my nose was blocked, but I couldn't taste anything. And I was thinking, okay, this happens sometimes when you get a cold, like your taste buds are a little messed up because my nose is so blocked. But this was different because it was like I literally could not taste a thing. Like I could be drinking coffee or wine and I would not know the difference. It tastes the same, which is really freaking weird and trippy and horrible. So I realized that I had 0 taste buds, 0 smell. That was 4 days ago. I'm on now day 4. I remember noticing it because I have lavender essential oil next to my bedside table, and I always like smell it before bed. I'll put some on the bottoms of my feet. I just like to do that as part of my nighttime routine. And I realized I could barely smell it. I was like, Josh, did this change? Like I can't smell it at all. It smells like barely sweet, and usually it's like quite an overpowering scent. If you have lavender oil, you know that it's like very strong. And I was like, okay, I've like completely, even though I could like fully take a breath in through my nose, I wasn't smelling the lavender at all, and it was like really kind of freaking me out. So I woke up the next morning, couldn't taste a thing. I ate a strawberry and it tasted like mildly sweet, but there was no like strawberry flavor at all to it. It was so weird. And so I tried a few more things. I had my coffee and it literally tastes like absolutely nothing. I can actually taste salty and sweet. Like I can taste the difference between salty and sweet, but there's no nuance of flavor in anything, and it's so sad. And life is so empty now without having taste buds or smell. Like, it's so sad. And it's so crazy because my mom literally had the exact same symptoms as me on the same days. Like, it was Saturday afternoon when she started feeling really tired, and then Sunday, all day on Sunday, she was really achy and feverish feeling and like in bed all day. And then she also didn't feel well on Monday, and then like a few days later she thought she was fine, but then she completely lost all of her sense of smell and taste, just like me. It's been a really good opportunity for me to be drinking my apple cider vinegar because I freaking hate apple cider vinegar. It's the most disgusting thing in the world. Also, oregano oil, which is really, really good for me to take right now for like killing viruses and just keeping my immune system up. So I'm taking apple cider vinegar, oil of oregano, like crazy, because I literally can't taste it. I'll put it in like this much water and just chug it, and it's great because I can't taste it. This is just regular water though. So I had got tested less than a week before I showed symptoms, and I really didn't go many places or see anyone between that time. I mean, I pretty much had just been home the whole time. Like, I worked from home, so that really wasn't an issue. Since I tested negative less than a week beforehand, I figured I was in the clear. So the lesson I learned from this and that I want to share with you is that if you are feeling any sort of symptoms, even if you've already been tested recently, even if you think that you've not been exposed or whatever in between when you got tested and since you got any symptoms, even if you don't have any symptoms at all and you think that you've been exposed, like, definitely go get tested. It can't hurt anything. All it can do is help you make better decisions and to know for sure to isolate yourself. I'm just truly feeling so incredibly grateful and blessed that I have had such a mild case. Same for my mom, thank God. So yeah, we're just isolating ourselves. I mean, I live with my husband and he's been with me this entire time, like acting normal. We've been kissing, we've been like eating after each other, sleeping together, like, you know, we live life together. So it's such a contagious virus. I don't know how he wouldn't have caught it by now. He might just be asymptomatic and carrying it. He did get tested this morning, so we'll get his results hopefully by tomorrow or the next day. As soon as I let him know my results, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna stay home from the office, obviously, because he still works in the office right now. So he came home immediately, and well, he actually went to the testing center immediately and then came straight home, and he's gonna be working from home until further notice, until we're both completely in the clear and I get a negative test result. I'm so grateful that my biggest complaint is that I can't smell or taste anything. Like, it could be so much worse. Same for my mom. So I'm just so grateful that we're both okay and that for the most part we feel good. Like, I actually feel like 90% myself. Like, I'm almost completely normal. I just have a bit of congestion and I can't taste anything. I have been taking quite a few supplements. I'm gonna go grab them and show you what I've been taking very consistently, literally since March. Some of these things I've been taking to build my immune system, so maybe that has played into the fact of me having such a mild case. I'd like to think so. So let me go get those and I'll be right back. So I'll show you the 2 things that I've been taking literally every single day since March, since all this COVID stuff broke out, and I just really wanted to work on building mine and Josh's immune system. Actually, my chiropractor is the one who recommended both of these. He made a YouTube video all about how to build your immune system and what to do to protect yourself from COVID and all that stuff, like way back in March or April. So I went ahead and bought these right away, and I've been taking them ever since. Also, I did have my blood work done a few months before, like in the winter time, and I was low on vitamin D, so that's why I got vitamin D. But it's also just good to take for your immune system, regardless of if you know that you're low on it or not. Most people are low on it. And the one I have is DV3 from Systematic Formulas. It is vitamin D3 plus immune support, and this is a really great supplement because it has a lot of other vitamins and like nutrients in here that help you absorb the vitamin D even better. Like, they work together in your body. So it's got vitamin D3, calcium, magnesium, vitamin A, zinc, potassium, vitamin K2, vitamin E, and vitamin C. And it has a few other things in there as well, but all of those things like work together in your system to make the vitamin D work better, if that makes sense. And then I also have this big guy, which I've literally gone through like 2 or 3 bottles of this since March, because I take 2 in the morning, 2 at night. And this is vitamin C, astragalus, and mushrooms. It's the Immune Formula by Kyolic. And it's like got garlic in it. It's got aged garlic, extract in it. And you really can't taste it or smell it. I mean, I definitely can at this point, but even before I lost my taste or smell, you really can't, which is great. But apparently those are all very good things to build your immune system. They're antiviral, and they're just good to take if you're worried about getting sick. And then I also have this. I don't know if it's gonna focus. Ah, there we go. This has olive leaf and wild oregano oil, as well as colloidal silver. So all of those things are really, really amazing for your immune system and for killing viruses and beating the bad guys, basically. So I've been taking this. It is so freaking disgusting. I cannot explain to you how heinous this tastes and smells. It's awful, and it burns your mouth. So that's fun. So it looks like this, and I put about 3 dropperfuls in my water, and I've been doing it once a day, but now that I can't taste anything, I'm doing it twice a day because it does say you can take it up to twice a day. So those 3, and then good old faithful EmergenC. My favorite one is the tangerine flavor, but I could only find the super orange flavor, so that's what I've been taking. It's 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, and it honestly makes your skin look really good if you take it on a consistent basis. It like makes your skin really bright and glowy, which is great, but then it's also protecting your immune system at the same time, which is great. So I've been taking this almost every single day since March, and I was a little bit worried that that was too much, but it does say that it's safe for daily use. I think I might have taken like a month break in between there, but mostly for the past like 4 months I've been taking this. I definitely recommend all of these product supplements that I've just explained to you, because I think that they really probably did help support my immune system and not letting the virus like completely take over. Like I really only had 1 really sick day, and the rest has just been mild symptoms that aren't really painful. I really haven't experienced any shortness of breath. I know that's like the main symptom that everyone talks about, but I really haven't experienced that, thank God. I hope I covered everything. I think I covered everything. If you have any questions at all, definitely leave them in the comments and I will answer them as fast as I can. I feel like I was a little all over the place in this video, but I don't know, I'm just trying to give you all the information that's in my brain. It is currently day 10 of having symptoms of COVID. Hopefully I will get over this soon. They say that it can take a really long time to get your smell and your taste back, and some people never recover, but I refuse to think that way because life is just really truly not the same. Other than all the supplements I've been taking, I've just been drinking a ton of water. They say the best thing you can do to heal your body faster is just drink tons of water and rest as much as possible, so I've really been doing pretty good at that. I guess that's all I've got to share for now. I don't really know what else there is to say, but if you have any questions at all, or if you think that I missed anything important, then definitely leave a comment below and let me know if you have any questions. I don't know what the rest of my vlog content is gonna look like over the next coming like week or two, but hopefully I can come up with some interesting COVID content here in my house while I'm isolating for probably another 2 weeks. I mean, who knows? Yeah, I hope that you found this video informative and useful, and I will see you in a new video very soon. Bye.